What's going on, Facebook? Or, sorry, YouTube. Wrong channel. Welcome to the first live broadcast of The Cold Truth. The Cold Truth is... Oh, by the way, let me introduce you to this big-headed fucker over here. This is the Italian Tornado. Thinks he's fucking Gold Glove Muhammad Ali or some shit.
Oh, fuck you up.
So anyways, guys, listen. Our show, our feed here is basically to bring some reality, some shit. And hopefully the audio is working. We're not 100% positive here because there is no little microphone doodad that tells us that, hey, it's working. But that being said, we want people to come, join us, subscribe, watch our videos, and basically, in a nutshell, we're here to just tell it the way it is. Any opinions that we give and any feedback is that of our own, and we don't. We're not going to take credit for someone. We're going to keep it to our opinion, not anybody else's. And that being said, let's get down to business and see what all we come up with. And in a nutshell, let's get started with this whole Donald Trump conversation on the bus. What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, you're taking something that, I mean, it's happened time and time again, and it happens every day. I mean, go to a golf club, go to a high school locker room, go to a bar room, ride in the car with your buddies, and this goes male or female. It doesn't just have to be
guys being guys, women being women.
It is what it is, and there's nothing's gonna change it. It's human nature. So to pull out a video from 2005 and say, oh my gosh, Donald Trump said this that long ago, before he was even trying to be president, and everybody wants to make a big stink about it. And for what? Why make a stink about it? There's no reason whatsoever to make a stink about something that is recurring. It happens every day. So I mean, what do you think about it? I mean, are you offended by Donald Trump saying that, having a conversation about grabbing some chick's vagina? Give him a second. He's got to recover. He's got issues. He's afraid of the word vagina, I think. Right now, he reminds me of when we're in like 6th or 7th grade, and somebody, that movie Kindergarten.
Don't talk about yourself.
Kindergarten Cop. When the little boy's in there, and Arnold was asking questions, and he's like, "Girls have penises, boys have vaginas," and they all start laughing like.
Well, it's not typically the topic that you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, Hillary's the one that brought it up.
But it is, what was. Listen, to me, that was a kind of a scandal thing. It was set up that he went in there, I think that he was played into it. Whether it's just being guys. I think that what they did about it and how they went about it was wrong.
It was dirty
because they made him out to be like this disgusting fucking guy, and he's not. The guy, being a guy, just like women are being women.
Well, you're not allowed to be. You're not allowed to talk like that anymore.
What are we imprisoning ourselves?
It's politically incorrect.
What's really politically correct?
Nothing.
What Hillary does, what Obama does.
Well, yeah,
Obama sucks.
Hiding 33,000.
Hillary sucks.
Hiding 33,000 emails is politically. That's the right way to do things.
Yeah, well,
Because then that way you don't get caught.
Yeah, well, wrong.
I agree.
Wrong. Every last.
What? You think we should get Ping Pong to pull up a chair and get in the conversation?
Yeah.
Ping Pong, go grab a chair. You can be in the conversation too.
Yeah, come on.
By the way, my name's John. This is, like I said, Vic, a.k.a. the Italian Tornado. You can look for some of his videos to come out here once we get a good camera for him to do
that
automotive
mug right there. Is Joe.
Automotive repair videos on his channel. And this is Joe, a.k.a. Ping Pong.
Yeah.
Myself and Joe are both military veterans, and this guy is a huge supporter of veterans at his automotive shop. Every day is a discount day. You're not just a discount day on 1 day a week. Every day you come in, you get 10% off any military. If you're military, whether it be active or
and I know
veterans.
It ain't much. I know it ain't much, but it's 10%. But it.
But that's better than the government will give you. The government will just give you a bottle of pills and send you on your way. So, but anyways, let's talk about this whole. We're gonna drag dirt from the past. We're gonna peel out the skeletons out of the closet and find every dirty thing that we can to throw against people. I mean, let's be real, people. The cold truth of it all is what somebody did 10 years ago shouldn't matter.
Well, it shouldn't have no reflection.
Or have a reflection or opinion of that person.
He's smarter than him.
He is, a little bit. Not much. Just a little. I mean, come on, look at the guy's face. But, if they're gonna, if they want to drag videos out of the dirt, and that's like the whole, oh, well, Donald Trump flip-flops on this, and he flip-flops on that. Every politician is a flip-flopper. They're gonna, every crowd they go to.
What human being, whether it's presidential or whatever the hell it is, what human being doesn't have, listen, you're human. You're allowed your defaults. Because that's part of being a human being. It's when you learn from your defaults, you grow.
Yeah, that's trial and error.
But they're still doing this kindergarten bullshit and taking from 10 years ago and bringing it back, and that's childish. And that's the way to stab at the freaking guy. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, I think it's because they can't find a lot of stuff nowadays. They can't find anything recent other than, okay, well, we're going to go back to when he first announced his presidency and started running. Oh, we're going to build a wall, and then they want to try to blame racism and everything else on Donald Trump because of, wanting to build walls, whatever the case. Listen, we're not here to say vote for Donald Trump because everybody obviously is entitled to their opinion and their choice. But and that's what America's supposed to be about: freedom to pick and choose, who you want as a leader, whatever the case may be.
That's why we have.
It's why we have a constitution. It's why we have the Bill of Rights.
Which Hillary wants to
yeah,
take away.
She wants to. She wants to chop. Hillary wants to chop shit away. Yeah. Gun owners. She wants to take your guns. She ain't gonna say it out loud because she don't want you to know that, but subliminally, that's what she's saying. Is
well, you did
I'm going to take away your Second Amendment.
NHRA,
the NRA,
whatever. They're already fighting to keep what we have. You know what I mean? Because that is in her options. That is what she wants to do. She wants to take away our options. options
Well,
of being free.
Well, and the thing is, I mean, if you go back and I mean, the right to bear arms, the Second Amendment. I mean, it was put in place. Yeah, it's old. It's an old as hell amendment, but it goes back to.
So it's dirt.
But I mean, dirt's old. You know, everything's old. People get old. But I mean, it goes back to, back to the basics of the whole nuts and bolts of this country. I mean, the whole point was we had to defend ourselves against the King of England and all them, because somewhere
way back.
well because that's where it stemmed from. I mean, it was a right to bear arms against a dictatorship or whether it be foreign or domestic. It was a way for the people to be able to defend, even if against their own government, to take arms and, if need be, take back their country. That's just what it is, and nothing's going to change that. Well, but if Hillary has her way, and some other right winger weirdos that think guns kill people, newsflash, motherfuckers, guns don't kill people. Dumb people with their finger on the trigger kill people. The gun can sit on your porch, lean against a post, and you can walk by it and say, "Well, hello there, shotgun. How are you today?" And guess what? It's not going to turn around, jump up, aim at your face, and shoot you. You're going to have an AK-47, same position. It's not going to jump up and kill you. Now, if you get some jackass that's stupid and wants to abuse or mistreat or mishandle the purpose behind a firearm, which is, I mean, to go hunt for food, to defend yourself,
target practice,
shooting soda cans off a fence post, whatever the case may be.
That's some John Wayne shit right there.
Hey, John Wayne he was a pretty cool dude.
You're damn right. I'm not denying it.
That motherfucker had one lung, and then he's like, take them both out. I don't fucking need them.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't need lungs. Fuck it. I'll breathe like a fish.
That was just weird.
Yeah, it was. But hey, we're allowed to be weird, so it's a free country. I can be weird if I want to. Unless Hillary gets elected, then I might have. Then I'll have to be normal. I have to be a robot. I have to delete this video.
Like her 33,000.
Yeah, and I'll start. Yeah, I'll treat it like her emails. I'll fucking smash my phone, smash my computer, delete the video because I'll bleach it. I'll take a magnet across all my hard drives. And then I'll be like, well, I didn't know that was classified, and I didn't know that was a violation of free speech. I mean, they got rid. That's probably what she's doing right now. She's probably sitting in her house. She's probably sitting in her next green screen fucking quote unquote visit talking to people, which is really they're fake people and fake images behind her. I mean, we have a real image, so if your check engine light's on, come let us fix it. But we're real people, and we're reaching out to a real audience. Whether anybody watches these videos or not, that's up to them. But it's there, and it's real people, real human beings, not some programmed political robot.
Everyday hardworking son of a bitch.
I bust my ass driving a truck. This guy busts his ass every day working on cars. And and the thing is, he doesn't, neither of us price gouge anybody like the government does when they take our tax money. But, I mean, Hillary doesn't see the big picture of where Trump's economic plan would work, because or to change in the taxes by lowering it for big business, for big corporations. And it's not because he's getting money from them and they're saying, well, we'll give you X amount of dollar kickback if you lower the tax bracket for businesses. No, he's trying to bring industry back. I mean, You know,
Iron
Vic,
mills and all that.
Vic brought up a good point earlier when we were trying to figure out how to get this live broadcast shit to work. You know, you take Detroit. Detroit, it's been home to automakers for
I
decades.
think it was like 23 or 33,000.
Look at all the people that lost
their jobs.
Yeah, I mean, why? Because
we decided to send it overseas.
Ford and Chevy and all them guys, they can go over. They can go to Mexico. They can go to China. They can go to Japan, wherever, and they can make these cars so much cheaper because the taxes are cheaper. So it's more cost effective for them. Not only the fact that they can pay shittier wages, but if you lower the tax that they got to pay, that'll encourage them to come back, rebuild those plants, get them all back up and running, give people their jobs back, and they can pay them a decent wage, and it's not gonna cut into their bottom line.
Well, that's the iron mills and the because we made a lot of vehicles here, and a lot of vehicles are being deported from different
they're being imported from Japan and everywhere else.
And anybody can stamp the USA stamp onto it, but good Lord, I mean, let's actually make something in the USA. Back where we can get ourselves. If we do this ourselves, we can get out of our own deficit.
Exactly. But we're
at
the same time,
nobody else to do the job.
But
we can do it ourselves.
But that's just like Trump said
welfare
too.
would be down.
Yeah. Well. Now, I wouldn't.
Don't you think?
No.
I'm talking about the people that actually want to fucking work.
Oh, the people. The people that want to work.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
the percentage of it, of the people on
the people
that want to work.
The people that were put. The
people that don't want to work,
no choice.
We'll still fucking pay for it because we're idiots.
Well.
And
the problem is, I find it funny because if you think back and we'll go back to Bill Clinton when he was in office. Bill Clinton created welfare reform. But the problem was, and it still is, all right, with Clinton's welfare reform bill, his reform law, you're only supposed to be able to collect for 10 years, I think is when it's supposed to top out. But the problem is, I mean, I personally know people that they've been on that motherfucker their whole life.
20 years and plus.
So at what point are we actually gonna enforce this welfare reform, or is it just gonna be something that's in the books to say, I did that, but you wanna know what? Yeah, you wanna know what, Bill? You might have come up with the idea, but the problem is, and you might have signed it into law, but the problem is nobody's enforcing it.
But we're not discrediting the people that actually can't work because
we're not. I mean,
physical.
Absolutely no. I mean, we're not discrediting people.
Whatever the case may be, there are people out there that deserve it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's people that I mean,
like
you take the elderly.
Let's put this out there. Like people like veterans and stuff like that need to be taken care of. We need to be more reformed on veterans. The military.
We need to take better care of them.
Yeah, because these are the people that are letting us live.
We're not
live, but we're keeping that.
They're keeping us free.
Safe. Yeah, keeping us free as much as free as you want to box it up.
And Ping Pong left the screen, but me and Ping Pong both. We strapped up those boots. We put on that uniform. I did 12 years of wearing that uniform. Ping Pong, I don't know how many years he did. I never really asked him.
9 years.
All right, Ping Pong did 9 years, and they told him get the hell out. It takes.
I have family members that were in the military.
I mean, this guy's got. I mean, he's got his father-in-law was in the military. He's got other.
Brother-in-law.
His brother-in-law, his cousin. And I mean to see, and this is coming from a first-hand opinion. I mean, and he's seen it by taking his father-in-law to the doctors and shit, to the VA. That the healthcare sucks.
Bad.
You have post-traumatic stress. Here, take these pills. This will help your PTSD. No. The pills turn me into a zombie. I hate myself every time I take the damn pills. How about you give me, and they don't give you a psychologist to talk to. Did you know that?
No, there's just a person sitting in the room.
They give you a social worker. So it's like...
What? Yeah, they do the same thing with my phone.
And the thing is, you don't ever really get to talk about the issues at hand. like why or how you ended up with PTSD, or you know, the only thing you get to talk about is how many times, and this is a fact. I go to the Sayre VA outpatient clinic, and I have a social worker there. I don't have a psychiatrist. I have a social worker, and I stopped going. Why? Because you know, you can only hear the same questions so many times, and then it gets old. Let's talk about the problem, not how many times in the last 30 days have you thought about harming yourself or others. Listen, I'm going to tell you the same thing I did last time. I'm coping. I'm doing what I have to do because you're no help. But I would like to punch you in the face right now. No, that's not the answer I give them, but still. I found mechanisms, ways to cope, and it doesn't involve medication. Ping Pong's found ways to deal with his, and it doesn't involve medication. You know, I had issues with my knee. I complained to the VA for almost 10 years. And they said, well, no, not 10 years. Let's see. I got out 2012, so 4 or 5 years, you know, I complained something was wrong with my knee. Well, we can't find anything. So last year, I got sick and tired of we can't find nothing. I went to a regular doctor. Within a matter of a week, orthopedic surgeon looked at it, found and told me, you have two tears in your meniscus. We're gonna go in. We're gonna do surgery. Couldn't get the VA to do surgery. Hell, I couldn't even get the VA to pay for the surgery, let alone the doctor's appointments.
You know,
So
think, not to interrupt you, but I think helps you and Joe out too.
Good guys like you that actually stand behind us.
That, and I think the simple fact is just let you be you. Why sit there and keep going over the same thing every freaking time?
Yeah,
and talking about it. You still have a life.
It's like that. It's like that old joke that you used to do in school. Pete and repeat are sitting on a fence. Pete fell off. Who's left? Repeat. And that's what it is. It's a broken record. Over and over and over and over and over again.
It's the same repetition, and nobody needs the same repetition. They need something different in their life, so that they can feel a part again. They feel whole.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just
nobody's going to feel whole if you're going to, counseling and stuff like that. So what do you think? Well, you're getting paid, you fuck. You're supposed to tell me.
Yeah,
but they can't tell you because they don't know you. You know what I'm saying?
They
don't.
How
can they redirect you?
They don't know you, and they don't have the answer because the VA doesn't train them properly.
Right.
All right, I'm going to hand it over to you, Herman.
I think they heard that.
Oh, well. Maybe they lied.
Well, that's okay. I mean, I think anybody that's in the military, they, that deals, with that, they just need to know that people like myself care and understand as much as they can understand. You can't never fully understand what they went through because A, you weren't there, and B, you shouldn't force them to tell you anything either because that's not fair to them. We're not here to reminisce. We're here to live our lives, be free, and move on. I believe in the military a lot. Our dependence is on the military to keep us safe, from harm and that. That's why we have men out there and women that do the jobs they do, when they join the military, so that we feel safe, that we know that we're not going to be harmed by any foreign or domestic. I mean, John's over getting bubblegum.
No, I'm not. I'm getting fucking blanket. I got to refill my brace.
That's going to take a lot of filling.
Somebody chewed on this one. Look.
I did, and I stuck it back in there.
Vic was chewing on that one.
Check to see if I had cavities.
But, well, like Vic said, I mean, there's not enough. and like I said, the treatment for veterans isn't what it should be. You know,
I don't think it's fair how they get treated.
you got the VA, a bunch of people in the VA get caught up with scandals. You got VA hospitals get exposing patients. I just seen here a week or so ago about a VA hospital that exposed a bunch of veterans to AIDS and a bunch of other diseases. You know, but the veterans that are affected, they're not gonna get anything out of that.
Well, the money ain't just placed where it should be either.
You have the whole VA scandal with the movie. You know, them people, they didn't even get fired. They didn't have to pay back a dime. They didn't get fired. They got moved from one place to another, and it's ridiculous.
That it is.
Just so you know, and if anybody wants to comment, you know, there is. It should be on a chat option down here, and we'll try to reply back with, you know, whatever we can. But I mean, there's just so much going on that, yeah, I mean, and none of it gets corrected. You know, and as far as this presidential election stuff, you know, they're pulling shit out from the woodworks, and you know, they're throwing, you know, pulling shit out of the woodworks from 10 years ago is just old. I mean, if you have to use dirty tactics, then that's, you know, then you're no better than the next guy. You know, if dirty tactics is what you need to do in order to cover your own ass and to try to take the heat off from you, then, you know, so be it. That's what it is. You know, I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat it. There's no way to be nice about it. You know, we you know, I mean, you can't put. I mean, you can't go dig somebody's skeletons up. I mean, what the hell good does it do, really?
It doesn't.
You know, I mean, it's pointless. I mean, there's, you know, I mean, there's so many people that are out there that, you know, none of us are perfect by any means whatsoever. You know, we all have our flaws. We all make our mistakes, but that's part of life. You learn from your mistakes. You know, it's the whole, you get off the horse, you get back on the damn thing. You know, you learn to ride a bike. You fall back down. And I mean that's just the way life works. But, you know, we're not gonna worry about the 33,000 emails because, you know, Hillary's such a great president. We're not gonna worry about the people that, you know, the men and women that lost their lives in Benghazi. We're not gonna worry about any of that stuff because that's not what the media wants us to worry about. The media wants to brainwash us to think, oh, Donald Trump's such a terrible person because in 2005 he was having a private conversation on a bus with somebody from NBC, nonetheless.
And like I said, I still think it's a setup.
You know, which, you know, like Vic just said, that has setup written all over it. I mean, you can only set up somebody so much.
What do reporters do?
You know, they tell lies.
Well, not only that, they're there to get whatever they can out of you.
You know, they want ratings.
Right.
And right now, I guarantee that NBC and CNN
NBC sucks.
You know, all their ratings are up right now. Why? Because all their little sheep are watching CNN. They're watching Fox. They're watching CNN, and NBC, and C-SPAN.
I'll watch Fox first. I'll watch Fox because I mean, not for nothing. The people that are on there that actually tell, they're telling. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I
You
mean,
know, you get CNN and all them and C-SPAN and all them. They suck.
you know, to be
They
honest,
get their information based off of everybody else, and then they
and some of it's not even.
falsify it,
Yeah,
or they cut things out just so Hillary, for an example, which they did, they cut out parts of what she was saying and to make it for her benefit, for her benefit, and
well, yeah,
but they don't do that for Trump.
you
They
know,
don't do
like
that for nothing.
I mean, I wish as I get more familiar with this program, I mean, I would love to stick some, uh, you know, like little Hillary blurbs or you know the comparisons over here on the side of the screen. I would love to start putting those up there, just because you know they would go great with talking points, you know, and I mean it's just a matter of so much stuff is being just swept under the carpet with her. It makes me sick.
Well, so much stuff is being edited. You know,
Yeah,
it's like I said earlier. They're so used to the way things have been that they don't want
they don't want
change. They don't want change because then it throws them off. Or, well, you're changing this now. I gotta get used to this. You know, well, sometimes change is for the better. You know, and Hillary doing the Obama administration underneath the Obama administration and want to keep things the same.
She's been there for 30 years and done nothing.
Yeah, but because things are being stayed the same. Nothing. The consistency of the same is what the Obama and everything else, in the 33 years that everybody else has been. That's that's the way it always has been. So now that we got change coming, a possibility of change coming, we they don't like it.
Well, and that's just it. I mean, we all have that fear of change. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, it is what it is, and you know, none of us like change, but sadly enough, change needs to happen.
Bad.
I mean, we can't keep reliving the same broken record over and over again. Like
the health insurance,
Obamacare. Yeah, it was supposed to make things cheaper for people to go, to be so that they can go to a doctor, and it's not. I mean, I don't know about you, but I went on there and I tried to, and I was looking up insurance quotes to see what it would cost me to get insurance. I mean, I fall under the VA's faulty choice program, which, hopefully that gets fixed regardless of who gets in office. I mean, I should be able to take that choice insurance card and use it anywhere.
You heard what Trump says. Trump says that anybody that's military, in active now or not active, that they should have the choice of whatever doctor that they choose to have, and then that it should be paid for.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Not this bullshit that they got to worry about who they're going to see, and they only have one direction to go. We're supposed to be multitude opportunities, and we stick with one line.
It's supposed to be the land of opportunity, and it ain't the land of shit.
Yeah. We're like Hillary Clinton sitting on a tree stump.
It's the land of getting shit on.
As long as we sit here, nothing will happen.
That's right. But, anyways, that's just where everything stands. I mean, I won't lie. Monday we have 4 tickets. They're right. Oh, stretch all the way over here. Right here. We're going to see Donald Trump.
Oh yeah. Not that we're going to be heard. Not that we're going to be seen.
We might be all the way in the back or far enough away that Mr. Trump can't hear us if we yell at a question or something. But you know what? We're still going to write down our question on an index card. We're going to take it with us and give it to whoever. Drop it in the box, whatever we got to do. And who knows? Maybe it will be heard. And if all goes and actually, I'm not sure. Maybe for those that can't make it to the Trump event on Monday, we'll after we read the rules, well, maybe we can sneak some live feed in there, even though it says no tripods, monopods, or selfie sticks. But on that note, we're out of here, and we'll catch you on the next feed.